snowman brings you snow. Well, it just might like to blow. Just put a great big smile on somebody's face.
Merry Christmas!
The location that we actually shot that first sequence in, it's a power plant, and it's sort of steel grating, and the noise of the generators. You know, everyone's in earplugs, and it's very, very hot and very dirty. There's actually signs saying don't touch the handrails because they're so dirty. And we've got a scene where I belt down them. And it was just, I've not seen dirt like it. You're running past something and there's a fireball here, and the fireballs are quite big, but they click it 3 seconds before you're going to go to it. So they click it here. 1, 2, 3. You've got to get past it, and then so if you get caught in a grate or something, or in a grill, you're toast.
Yeah. Right, stand by then, and action.
I think a lot of credit has to go to Gordon and Crispin, who do the stunts, because they do the really tough stuff, and they always test everything out and make sure it's safe. And I have a conversation with them and they say, yeah, you'll be okay to do this. I try and do as much of it as I can myself because I enjoy all that. That's one of the fun bits of getting to play the Doctor. I guess for me it's quite exciting to be on the telly on Christmas Day playing the Doctor. You know, that's cool.
I think Doctor Who's always quite hot on its sleeves, really. But yes, Christmas Day, it's a big sentimental, loving day, and the Doctor on Christmas Day, he's just a little bit more Willy Wonka somehow.
Yeah.
It's the kind of day that's made for him. It's silly. Nobody minds being silly. No one worries about good taste. People just like glittery things and nonsense.
Chocolate for breakfast.
Yeah. That's what the Doctor's like. Yeah. The rest of the
Yeah.
time he's trying to impersonate an adult. That is the day he doesn't have to bother trying.
It is, I suppose it's slightly different in tone to the series, isn't it? The Christmas special, you approach it slightly differently.
Well, I mean, it's oddly enough, it's the day when an awful lot of people who don't watch Doctor Who that much do watch it.
Yeah.
So it has to be, I think, in a way, simpler. It has to be more sentimental, and it has to be sort of Doctor Who the Doctor particularly at his most sort of iconic.
Yeah.
The simplest version of him is that he's like an angel who comes to help.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay, maybe even some parallels between the Doctor and Santa Claus.
I think they're very, very good friends. And
Absolutely.
have a lot of MO in common. And some fools don't think they're real. And
Idiots.
Fools are.
Yeah, of course.
Be clear about that.
This year's Christmas special takes, in a way, a riff on the idea that you can slip away from the real world into a completely different magical one. It's one of sort of my favourite standbys in fiction. I knew it was a big risk, giving so much of this show to very young children, because if you don't get them right, if they're not good, then you really are in difficulty, and you have very long shooting days and all that. But little Morris and Holly have just been utterly magical, and have taken to the show as if it's their show, which I think is important. When you come in to guest in Doctor Who in a big episode like this, you've got to treat it like it's all about you, and that's what they've done.
I'm Holly Owl, and I play Lily Arwell. Lily is a 14-year-old girl. You know, she's got a younger brother who annoys her. Her dad's away, so she's got a little bit of that teenage angst about her when you first meet her in the story. And then I think when they go and they meet the caretaker or the Doctor, she sees him and he's really exciting for her because she's never met anyone like him before in her life. And I think she enjoys his company.
You must stay away from him.
Why have you got a phone box in your room?
It's not a phone box, it's my wardrobe. Your brother, where is he?
My name's Morris and I play Cyril. Cyril has got a huge, the biggest imagination ever. It's wartime and they get evacuated to a big house in Dorset, it's supposed to be, but actually South Wales. There's a caretaker who's supposed to be a man called Mr. Cardew, There's lots of stories. He's won the lottery and he's run away and he's... Yeah, and it turns out to be the doctor, and the kids just get the best bedroom ever.
Oh, all the sets have been amazing, just Orange Man in the forest, because, well, it's September and it was hot when we went there, so to see snow on the ground and to be able to touch it, it was really amazing, actually.
And, you know, I was very fortunate. Holly and Morris, who are both here, you're getting very embarrassed now, who are both here tonight. Sadly, I didn't get any scenes with Bill and Arabella and co, but, and Claire, of course, but I thought they were just marvellous, the kids. That's the sort of heartbeat of the episode, really, and you know, that made it a joy.
And this year what we wanted was Supermum. They wanted somebody who could be the ultimate mother in a way, and sort of celebrate, in a way, Mother Christmas, a line from the actual show. And when we thought of Skinner, of course, she's already imprinted on the nation as a mother in Outnumbered, in which she is so brilliant and so funny. And she already, as an actress, covers that thing where she entertains adults and she entertains children.
England, 1941, and there's a war on.
So haunted.
Who are you?
Usually call the doctor, or the caretaker, or get off this planet.
That man is quite ridiculous.
I know. It's a very magical, snowy world. And it, you know, it feels almost sort of Tim Burton-esque in many ways, I think, which is quite exciting. It's quite character-driven, really, for Doctor Who, which is quite exciting, I think. It's quite a classic story in many ways, I suppose, and quite a sort of, you know, it does have an element of the fairy tale.
Just once we've got in the story used to the idea that we're in a magical forest on a magical Christmas day, suddenly a tripod arrives and three people in big, scary military outfits that look like come out of a video game come out of the tripod leg, and for a moment it's scary, but it's Christmas Day. You want to be delighted when those visors open and you get Bill Bailey, you get Arabella. It's the perfect Christmas combination, giving that moment of irreverent comedy that I think at that moment story you absolutely need. So in a way it's almost a reminder, no, it's still Doctor Who, it's still got military hardware, and it's still funny.
We did a night shoot in a real forest, and it looked absolutely amazing. It was, you know, wonderfully sort of lit and snowy and magnificent. I think the sight of us, well, being in visors, barrelling around with guns, was terrific fun. We had far too much fun, I think. We were all a bit cramped in the tripod leg and start to get a bit hysterical, as you do.
Yes, it's exciting because I've certainly never worn anything like this in a show before. A crinoline's about the most I've gone for.
Yeah, we had a blast. I think I'd like to have this costume all the time.
Well, we're here today at the Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre in Salisbury, and we're filming various sequences for the Christmas special. We really planned to shoot this with a mock-up of a cockpit in the studios up above, but we discovered there were still 2 Lancasters in the UK, and we could get access to this one. So to come up here and film is a real privilege. It's given us such production value. Yeah, I mean, the Lancaster that I'm still inside now, that we're filming with, was actually one of the ones that made those raids over the continent in World War II. It's been a tricky day shooting here because, you know, who'd have thought at an airfield you'd get high winds. It's also been kind of freakishly warm and bright. I mean, we're here at the beginning of October and we've got weather that looks like a summer's day, so it's going to take a bit of work in post-production to kind of just balance that out. It might be slightly sad, but I always like to watch Doctor Who as it goes out live, just to make sure it goes out. You know, fully intend to be sat on the sofa, having had my turkey dinner, watching this go out live on Christmas Day.
It's nice to see who.
Nice! As part of my penance, I am obliged to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas! Hey, it's me. just wishing you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a really good 2012.
Hi, I'm Danny Mays. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year to all the Doctor Who fans. Cheers.
A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all the Doctor Who fans and your friends.
Hi, I'm Marcus Wilson, and I'd like to wish everybody at home a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from our Doctor Who.
Merry Christmas and have a brilliant New Year. It's August.
Hello, I'm Bill Bailey. Very Merry Christmas from the future!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Paul Baisley.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yourselves a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Lay it down now.
With me now is the BBC Three controller, Zy Bennett. Zy, we've got a lot to ask you because we've had an awful lot of questions. And I'd like to start, if I can, with your decision to end Doctor Who Confidential.
Being a viewer of Doctor Who Confidential made me realise how much I wanted to go into TV production as a career. I've recently begun a course. I hope you take into account the efforts we're all putting in to try to save something we love.
Well, Doctor Who Confidential was a brilliant series that we made 6 series of. And it's a show about the making of another show, Doctor Who. And there are only so many ways of explaining how a show is made. And in these straitened times, when BBC Three is actually cutting its budget, we have to prioritise the shows that we think are most important to our viewers. Doctor Who Confidential was a great show, but after 6 series, we think that it had a very good go at explaining how to make Doctor Who.
There have been insider claims that a Doctor Who Confidential Christmas special is filmed and ready to transmit. Can Zy confirm if this is true or false? I think it would be amazing for Points of View to be able to clear this up.
There were some reports that there was one sitting on a shelf. That's absolute nonsense. There is no finished programme sitting on a shelf. That show, however, was made for lots of different people, so for DVD and for BBC Worldwide, and there was some footage which was about 10 minutes which will end up going online, but there's definitely not a finished show.